News Radio WRVA, the voice of Virginia.
It's 7:03 this morning on Richmond's Morning News. Dave, you just knew it was going to happen, right? You just knew that it was going to happen. Everybody and their brother. Okay, by the way, I got to stop doing this, Dave, because everyone else does. I did it again. How many times do you see someone on television or you hear someone on radio and I'm going to stop doing this? Everybody. No, I only speak for Rich Herrera. I don't speak for everybody. Dave, you speak for who?
Myself, but everybody should follow my lead.
Everybody wants to get rid of daylight savings.
Yes. Don't even get me started on that. I could do a whole dissertation on that.
Okay, maybe that's what breaks the filibuster.
Oh, that would be awesome.
You just heard Kane and Warner are like, well, I don't know about getting rid of daylight savings.
I would move to their states just to vote against them if they don't pass this bill.
But I think there's a lot of people. How's that? Is that better than everybody?
A majority of people.
There are some people that would like to get rid of daylight savings time.
I don't care which one it is. Just stay with it.
Pick one.
Just pick one and stay with it.
So do you want sun in the morning? Do you want some sun at night?
I'm at the point now where I don't care.
Just pick one.
Just pick one and go with it.
Now, I lived in a state where they just went by standard time. So half the time we were Pacific, half the time we were Mountain. And the only reason that we knew that we were Pacific or Mountain is because what time television started. Did the NFL game start at 10 a.m. or did they start at 11 a.m.? 11 a.m. was much easier for me.
Well, their argument is that, well, we don't want to send kids to the bus stop when it's dark outside. First of all, half of the year they're doing that now because with changing the clocks back and forth.
We're not really in the position to talk about this because
but I am.
But both of us go to bed. Both of us go to bed and the sun hasn't even gone down now.
Well, yeah, we're used to coming to work in the dark,
right,
which is fine. But even when I was a kid, I went to the bus stop in the dark. Even the way it is now. Okay,
what about
half
safety?
Of the year,
kids walking to school in the dark, is that safe?
Yes, as long as they're doing it now.
No, there's not kids walking to school in the dark.
Yes, there are.
Like
when you change it,
pitch black. Very little. Now that's an over exaggeration.
When the clocks change, they're walking to school in the dark.
Okay, people, I need you.
When you're in daylight saving time, you're walking to school in the dark. Just like it would be any other time of the day. And are the streets littered with the bodies of dead children? No, absolutely not.
Please stop before you get me in trouble.
No, I'm just, it's common sense. It shouldn't be this hard.
Okay, then we need.
Why doesn't Congress do something to make our lives easier?
Well, that just tells you that, okay, so I used to laugh. You know, if people handed out $100 bills, people would complain about that's not the serial number I wanted.
Or no, they complained it wasn't $150.
No. If you say, I'm going to give out a $100 bill, people would complain. Oh, they just find something to complain about. Would you agree?
Oh, definitely.
So I'll give you a real world example. So when I worked in baseball in Tampa Bay, we had horrible attendance. They still have horrible attendance. They have a playoff team that nobody goes to the games. And one of the players popped off one day about the lack of attendance. And I would see it. Like I'd be down in the field as the team was getting ready to take the field, and the players like pop their head over the dugout to see if there's anybody in the stands. And then you could just see the letdown when there was nobody in the stands.
By the players?
By the players, because they were like, great, we're going to play in front of 5,000 people today, 10,000 people. We go to Yankee Stadium, there's 50,000 people. There's energy in the building. So it was kind of a letdown for them. But it was part of playing in Tampa Bay. And one of the players popped off like, if we gave away tickets, nobody would show up to this place. And all the fans were like, hey, we support the team. That's all. So the fans revolted because they were popping off about the fan support. So the owner goes, fine, you know what? Let's find out. We'll give away free tickets. Tomorrow's game, all the tickets are free. Every ticket. You don't have to buy a ticket. You just show up, you walk in the gate, and you get in. We'll hand you a free ticket as you walk in. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
So as one of the broadcasters, I said, Rich, we need you to go stand out there and hand out tickets and say hi to people. I said, okay. So I stood out there, and I had a whole stack of tickets, Dave. People walked up to me at the gate, and I would hand them the ticket to come in the ballpark, and they would look to see, well, where's your seats? I'm giving you a free ticket, pal. Well, where are your seats? Let me go see what tickets he has. Literally giving you a free ticket to a Major League Baseball game, at least a $35 value, and it wasn't good enough. You had to see, well, does he have better seats over there? So it's true. You could give people gold bars and they would complain, I wanted it to be a little shorter, or I wanted it to be a little taller. It's not the right gold brick that I wanted.
I believe
I'm gonna give you a $100
yeah.
bill. It's not from the right. It's not from the right Federal Reserve Bank. I prefer one from Richmond. I don't want one from Denver.
Yeah, but
People complain about everything.
But part of the problem with Tampa Bay is they have a dump of a stadium.
But I'm giving you a free ticket. A free ticket is a free ticket. You walk in and you're like, oh, that ticket's not good enough. What do you mean it's not good enough? It's free.
And they can't say that, well, the team's bad, because Tampa Bay's usually has a pretty good team.
We were going to the playoffs.
And yeah, they always have a good regular season, but then they fall apart in the playoffs.
We had won the division and we were going to the playoffs.
That's except for a dump of a stadium.
Oh, it's a great organization.
They're a good team. Yeah.
The stadium,
and they've been consistently good.
It's no CarMax Park.
No,
but it's a lot better. It's a lot better than it used to be. Anyway, people will complain about anything, but I do need crowdsourcing of Dave's statement, whether it's correct or not. Does anybody have kids that walk to school in the dark in the morning during what standard time?
No, it would be daylight savings time.
Yeah,
because it'd be dark in the morning and more light in the afternoon.
We get up before the crack of dawn anyway.
Well, you went to school during that time?
I remember getting mad having to go to bed before dusk.
Yeah.
And I remember getting up in the morning before the sun came up, but I never remember walking to school in the dark.
I remember walking to the bus stop in the dark all the time.
Yeah, but you're old. That was like back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth.
But the times
you're a paleo kid.
We had just as much sunlight as we did back then as we do now.
Global warming and Donald Trump has messed up the triangulation of the sun around the earth. So yeah, it's all his fault.
You have TDS.
You do. All right, please help us out. I don't know this for a fact. Do any of you have kids that walk to school in the dark, as Dave claims? That they all do. Back in the day when the dinosaurs.
No, they're doing it now.
Okay, help me out here. 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140. That's the number on the James River Air Text line. I don't know the answer to that. My son's older. I've got a bus stop in front of our house, but I'm long gone at work by the time the bus stop picks them up. I do see them get dropped off. But I remember getting home after dark, sometimes after football practice and wrestling practice and whatever else I was doing. So I don't know. You help me out. Number for you to send us a text message, 833-804-1140. Okay, real quick. I got to get to this. Donald Trump gave a speech last night. Normally, I was like, what am I going to expect? It was very un-Trumpian. I mean, yeah, he did stand there and say, I inherited something bad, and Biden didn't know what he was doing, and we're fighting with Iran, and I built the military up in my first term. Unfortunately, we have to use it now. And then he went into the details of why he thinks the Save America Act is so important. Now, let me boil it down to this soundbite. Here's Catherine Herridge, well-respected reporter, not me, this is her, telling you some of the things that she found last night she heard from a speech. It's about a minute, but take a listen. It's well worth it.
Well, I think it's a very significant announcement, not only what he said, but the fact that they are releasing these documents so that we can really fact check the claims we heard this evening. I've been digging into the documents already, and I found this November 2020 email. And it specifically states, it's a conversation among intelligence officials. It specifically states that they have, quote, deliberately massaged one of our pending PDBs, that's the president's daily brief, to avoid any direct links to the election. And that is consistent with my reporting. I understand the whistleblower complaint alleged, and I think we're now seeing it in the emails, that there was an intentional effort to suppress intelligence about China's influence operations. And this was, Katie, like a massive effort, what they call a multi-domain operation. That means trade, it means diplomacy, it means open source information, it means social media. So all the levers of power China had to influence the U.S. election.
All right, that's Catherine Herridge. That's not some Trump derangement syndrome person or some MAGA person. She's legit. Remember, she's the one who worked for CBS, actually got fired, and they withheld all of her information, her files and everything. She's now an independent journalist, but she went through, she was on with Katie Pavlich last night. And here's the one thing I will tell you about this. He points out a couple things. They found 250,000 people that are on the voter rolls that are not U.S. citizens. That's not good, especially when you have some districts and you have some elections that are so close, a couple thousand votes. Could they be swayed by people that are non-citizens that are voting? The other part that he said, and this is the part that I find very disturbing, that they suppressed information from the president of the United States when it came to this. Well, wait a minute. He's the president of the United States. He has the highest security clearance there is. He should not have some underling or someone putting their thumb on the scale or someone filtering what he sees when he has to make the ultimate decisions. That's the part that should be investigated. That's the part that should be looked into. Again, he didn't make any wild claims like I thought he would. That's why I said, I told the people at America First Policy Institute, if you're going to come for the king, you better not miss. If you're going to go, you better have the receipts. Apparently, the receipts are there. The one thing that I think would have been more helpful is if he would have had one or two facts right there. Now, people are going to be combing through that thing. And like I said, the website crashed yesterday for a couple days to come up with some stuff. But Catherine Herridge, who had been reporting on a lot of this, knew exactly what she was looking for. She was one of the first to get this information out. We'll see how the world reacts, how the nation reacts. But certainly, there is interference from other countries in our elections. There's no doubt about that. The Chinese Communist Party have been a big part of that. It's interesting. We all heard the Russia, but it turns out it's China in Donald Trump's speech last night. We'll get your thoughts on that. 833-804-1140. By the way, people are starting to throw their 2 cents in, Dave, whether you're right or wrong. I'll give you that at 7:55. Do you or your kids during daylight savings time have to walk to school? Do your kids walk to school in the dark? 833-804-1140, the number for you to join us. All right, I'm really going to take a chance now. How many women do you know that are very successful?